How's it going, crypto community? This is Jade, back with another Martian report. In this, we're going over Malta news. Malta, 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 you're always ahead of the rest of the world, it seems, when it comes to innovating in blockchain. Now, this is a topic that's been touched upon by several acclaimed individuals in the blockchain community, not anybody doing news. I mean, like, Roger Ver, Andreas Antonopoulos, individuals such as them. And that being registering property to the blockchain. Now, we got news of a house or two being put on the blockchain in the past, but now Malta as a whole intends to register all rent contracts on the blockchain. Which blockchain? We're going to read and find out. But what's exciting is that this is a move forward towards moving physical non-liquid value, i.e. the value inherent in an apartment, onto a blockchain. Thus, that value is going to become a part of the blockchain, a divisible part, a liquid part that can be broken into tokens, right? I was just speaking about this yesterday, actually, in a video. So, let's jump right into this article and see what Daniel Kuhn has to tell us about Malta's new plan. So, Joseph Muscat, the Prime Minister of Malta, announced on Sunday that every rental contract in Malta would be registered on the blockchain. This announcement came in an interview on Radio 1, and the Prime Minister said the reform rental laws were approved by the Cabinet after a long consultation period. The initiative ensures security, prevents record tampering, and ensures only authorized personnel can access the records. This was said by Muscat. Additionally, the distributed ledger prevents the possibility for there being contracts in place for which there is no record. We will now be showing people the added value of this technology through applying it to something which they will use in their daily lives, he said. This shows how the digital transformation will affect their lives. And oh my, is it going to? Because it is the divisibility of property, of physical property. You will be able to eventually divide the value of a bicycle you own. You go and buy a bicycle from Walmart or wherever you get your bicycle from, and now you register it to the blockchain. Once you've purchased it, it's registered as yours now. Now you can break apart, you can lease out 10% of your bicycle so that you can go buy a Snickers. That would be an expensive Snickers bar, granted. Either that or a really cheap bicycle. But the idea is that you can break off 1% of that bicycle's value and go buy a Snickers bar, right? It's just a little cheapo bike. But you just now you have your bicycle, and your bicycle allows you to respend that value for something you consumed. That's why this is so revolutionary. That's why there's going to be so much more value in the system than anybody has any clue of, right? It is fantastic. This is the greatest revolution anybody could ever become a part of, and we're a part of this, right? Now, again, this isn't saying that this is going to be registered to XRP, This is the first time I've even mentioned XRP in this video, right? But to many of you out there, I know that you're part of the XRP community, so this isn't saying this is registered to XRP, but this is exactly why we have to keep in mind that there are going to be several successful blockchains within the ecosystem, right? Because they're all going to be targeting something different. They're all going to be looking to bring a new type of value on, right? But the idea for this is that what I expect to see is these systems progress to the point where they all become interoperable, and thus their value becomes liquidated in a global liquidity reserve, right? So that's why I think that ultimately we will see this value enter into the marketplace for those of us who are holding the appropriate assets that support those kind of processes, right? Those kind of utilities. So now we will be going to continue on with the end of the article here. Malta is also known as Blockchain Island. It first made moves into the world of cryptocurrency in July of 2018 when they released a relaxed regulatory framework favorable to distributed ledger technologies. Excuse me. So electronic money, I got a frog in my throat today. Excuse me. So electronic money, financial instruments, virtual tokens, and virtual financial assets were granted a path to legitimacy. And by March of that year, Malta's lawyers were reportedly tokenizing themselves. I didn't hear about that, but now I want to go and dig up that article. And I think that's what the blue link here is, tokenize themselves, to go read that article. So I think I might actually go break that down next after I finish up here, because that sounds interesting. And I haven't thought of anything along those lines yet, so I can't wait to see what that's about. Now, a tolerant regulatory environment, educated workforce, and EU membership all contribute to Malta becoming the burgeoning hub of blockchain experimentation. So the government will reveal the full details of the proposed rent reform in the coming days. But here's the beauty of this, right? This means that it's probably going to be put into effect within the next year, right? Maybe even sooner. Because they're saying that they want them all to be registered, and they want this to, you know, it's been agreed upon already, right? Is what he started out the article saying, is that they've already been approved by the cabinet, right? So now it's just about pushing these out. So I'm going to go get some water and end this video because I'm tired of clearing my throat and having you have to hear me. So apologies again for that. I hope you've enjoyed this article, though, and enjoyed the insight that I've provided to you if you have not thought about the things that, you know, this article allowed me to elaborate for you. And also the news itself, right? So as always, if you're new, be sure to hit that subscribe and ring that bell so you can be up to date with all my latest cryptocurrency videos. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like so that YouTube algorithms know to show it to somebody else, right? As always, I've been Jade, you've been watching The Martian Report, and I can't wait to see all of you, my XRP Martians, in my next video on Mars. And we're